Hello? You are muted, I can't hear you. Thank you, Streetymate, for letting me know, and I'm Benjamin as well. Thank you for letting me know. Again, I don't know what is why does OBS always do this? It just changed my default mic for some strange reason, which means I'm gonna have to re-say everything that I just said. Thank you guys for pointing that out. Because that would have been an awkward stream if I got most of the way through without realizing that, so thank you. There's always some sort of technical difficulty. I was so prepared. I had the game loaded up. I actually had game sound, which is a really nice surprise, because sometimes that doesn't always work out so well. And I was fiddling around trying to get some Spotify going in the background today, which I haven't done before. But I think I do have set up, so I might try and get that going as well in a second. But why did OBS decide to change my mic from my default mic? So random. And yeah, I was basically starting the stream by moaning that I couldn't get YouTube to stream simultaneously as well. So I don't know if anyone else has had any issues with streaming on YouTube recently with OBS or Stream Elements. I have no idea what's going on. It's always something. Always something. But yeah, I'm gonna, whilst that is rolling, hopefully I don't crash whilst I do this. I'm gonna try and quickly try and get Spotify loaded, because I feel like it's nice to have a little bit of a jam going in the background. Web player, hopefully. Alright, let's try not to crash. Gonna put it on quietly, so hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know, guys, if you can actually hear the music in the background. Usually happens after a PC update. Interesting. I don't know if I've actually had an update. Maybe I have and I just didn't remember. Always something. Always something. I'm actually wondering if that's coming through the right. Oh. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to fix Spotify. Hang on, let's stop that for a second. Because I think that's gonna be coming through the wrong thing. Bear with me 1 second. If that's coming from my desktop audio, that's gonna be on the VOD, which we cannot have that. But I do want to have game sound on the VOD. Interesting. Okay, we might have to forget Spotify for today, because I don't want to be having music on my VOD, because I'll get told off. We'll just carry on as we were going before. At least you guys have game sound today. That is, I think last stream I had, I was really struggling with getting the game sound to work. It was like working really intermittently, which I just never know why. There's no real reason for it. I don't know if it's something to do with the audio channel for Farm Sim, like the way it's coded. I had issues on 22. It just seems to get like overridden by something. On the plus side, I am actually very close to being done with this contract. And I can't remember how much it was worth, but I want to say it was like a good 30k. Oh, it was 53k, even better. Like the sound of that. But yeah, this field is so big you actually cannot see like the full length very well, especially in the fog. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully won't be doing this all stream. Wrong tractor, need a deer. This is not my tractor, this is a loaner tractor. What tractor do I actually own? I do own a tractor. It's been so long since I played on this save that I can't remember. Oh, I have a Massey. I don't have a deer. But I might get a deer at some point. I do love a John Deere. But actually I will say this whole setup is pretty beastly. Like, look at that. Kicking it. Yeah, I'm gonna get going on the next trip and see what other contracts are around. Try driving them in real life. 'Tis fun. I would love to drive a tractor in real life. Never driven a tractor before. I got to drive a very small excavator the other day. That was great fun. I say the other day, it was like a couple months ago now, but oh my god, I think I considered changing my career and becoming a excavator driver, because that was great fun. Bit bumpy, I will say, but apart from that, it was good fun. Right, let's roll this on. Got let loose on a 25-ton digger. Oh my, was that a JCB? That'd be great fun. I bet you can cause some absolute chaos in that. Right, let's have a quick look at contracts. See what is what. Okay, there's a good few fertilizing contracts, which I can probably do with my fertilizer that I bought last time. Mighty Foot, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? There's also one hell of a harvesting contract there, but those are the harvesters that you have to have someone driving alongside. I do have Follow Me installed, I think. Pretty sure I added that to this game. Hitachi JCB just break. Oh, I see. As in JCBs just break. I've never driven a JCB, but I do like a fast track on this game. I have seen a few in like real life as well, and they are bloody big, massive machines. The one I saw that I saw on it was on the main road, actually, on the dual carriageway. It looked like it was kitted out for forestry. I feel like they're definitely like a more forestry style tractor. You're okay, just achy? How come you're achy? They are not reliable. We have a fast track. It's bad as soon as you go near a hill, it loses power. That's nuts. Because they look like big old beefy machines. You'd think that they'd be more than capable of handling a hill. On this game, they're good fun because you can fly around. Getting old. I know the feeling. I found some new grey hairs in my hair this morning. Which is quite disturbing because it's currently dyed red, so they have gone grey since I dyed it red only a few months ago. Hills, there's hills and then there's Cornish hills. Yeah, I know what you mean. I live in Devon, so yeah, there's hills around here too. It's good fun. I'm so glad I have a beefier car than I used to, because I used to have a little Corsa, and there was a good few hills that it wasn't bad, but I had to definitely get a decent run up to make it over the top. Oh, near Bude. Very nice part of the world. Very fancy. I've been to Bude a few times. I quite often go on holiday in Cornwall. I love Cornwall. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy that fast track cannot make it up hills. I would love to have a go on a tractor. To be fair, my friend actually does own some tractors, and I do need to make an appointment to go and play on them. can't believe I haven't yet, to be fair. I just feel bad inviting myself around to go play on the tractors. But it is the dream. This is why I love this game, because it is absolutely the dream to have a farm and have my own little tractor. I mean, I would happily not have like a big old farm. I would happily have just like a little small holding. I'd even happily have just like some small plot of land that I can just have a little tractor to just mess around on. I really am in love with some of the like old Massey vintage tractors. Had a brand new one turn up yesterday. Ooh, 6R215. Is that that's a John Deere, right? Very nice. Have I been watching Clarkson's Farm? Yes, I have. I have finished Clarkson's Farm. I actually had a dream last night, weirdly, about Clarkson's. It wasn't about Clarkson's Farm. Basically, I'd finally got my dream, like, little house and land, and I was like really happy. It was so idyllic. I had the most gorgeous view, and then Clarkson and Caleb rocked up next door and they were like, yeah, we're setting up our little enterprise here. And I was like, you what? I've just got this really nice tranquil place. I don't suddenly want loads of traffic going past my house, because like the end of the garden was just overlooking the road, but it was like a really nice quiet country road. It was very idyllic. And then he was like, yeah, and I'm putting this window here so everyone can see through into your like garden area. And I was like, you what? There was like this really nice stone barn on the boundary, and he decided to extend it and put a window in it. I was like, what are you doing? I do not want a window there. And he was not being very reasonable, so I was not very happy. If you look in the game store, it's in there. Oh, what, the tractor? Hang on, I'll have a look in a second. Let's get this rolling. Probably medium tractor, wouldn't it be a 6R? Do you say 215? I mean, that's probably close in between that and that. But damn, that's a beast of a tractor. I was gonna say car. That's definitely not a car. Damn. It's a 230 basically. Also, Mighty Foot, thank you for liking the live, much appreciated. That's really cool. That's really cool. I actually have some family friends who own a John Deere dealership, which I have yet to visit, but I do need to. I recently went to a county show and they had a little stand there, but I was there in a work capacity, so I wasn't able to go and jump around the tractors. But just seeing all of that like machinery lined up is so cool. I could happily spend a whole day just wandering around tractors. Right, we're already at 91% of this contract, but there's a hell of a lot of field left to cut, so I'm thinking I'm not even going to have to do most of it. I'm kind of tempted to do all of it just for the sake of completeness, because I'm sort of playing, this is sort of a semi-realistic play series, play thing, whatever you want to call it, playthrough, that's the word I was looking for. So I feel like I should complete the contract, especially as it's not really costing me anything other than time, if I don't have to fully complete the field. Have to do multiplayer sometime if you fancy it. Got a board playing FS solo. Thank you very much. I do actually have a well, I say I have that. I have a multiplayer save, but I haven't got a multiplayer server at the moment. That is on my list of things to do. I'm gonna build myself a proper server. I know you have to buy 2 copies of the game, but it's not stupidly expensive to do that. But it would be really cool to have like a community server set up. But ideally I'd want one that, I don't know if you can do this. Ideally I want a server that doesn't run all the time, only kicks in when someone's actually connected to it, because I think that would be so much better. But actually Old Maple, who is probably not here at the moment, but he invited me to play on his multiplayer server on the other Sunday, and sadly I can't remember what I was doing, but I feel like I was dying for some reason. It was either lack of sleep or something else, but yeah, I just couldn't play. It's very disappointing. Also, Jordan, I don't know if you are watching currently, because I'm not streaming on YouTube right now, but if you are, they have updated that Canada map. And they can now harvest spelt and lavender, which is something that we weren't able to do before. Why does my wheel not turn unless I turn more than 90 degrees? So you have to go onto the settings, which I can show you quickly. I had the same issue with my wheel because I was really annoyed and thought this was a really rubbish wheel. Once I did this, it was much better. So you have to go on the settings somewhere, and then go on your devices, and then you have to make the dead zone on your wheel ideally as close to 1% as you can, but sometimes depending on the wheel you'll get stick drift. So for me, I have to have it on 4%, otherwise I get stick drift. I used to be able to have it on 1%. I don't know if my wheel is on its way out because it's quite old now, but I get stick drift unless it's not on 4%. But if you make it as low as possible with your wheel, then you should have a much better time. I also had to turn it more than 90 degrees, and it was so hard to actually turn accurately because by the time you start turning, you're turning much further than you'd want to. Very annoying. So yeah, I hope that helps. Is this Farming Sim 25? It is indeed. Best game out at the moment, I reckon. Although actually I think Repo might be quite a close contender. I'm quite obsessed with Repo at the moment. But it is such a good game. I mean, it's one of those games that it's still great even vanilla without any mods, but the mods make the game because people bring out the most amazing maps. And you can choose a map that really suits your playstyle. Like for me, I prefer to do like a start from scratch survival type thing. But I also like to start with the small stuff and work my way up. So even if you didn't want to do like a complete start from scratch, you can normally find a map that works perfectly for you. Like this actually for me is quite a bold choice, I'd say, because it's got massive fields, which is not normally my thing. But I will say on the plus side, like getting the contracts is like the big contracts really helps boost your money early on. Off to chase cows, amazing, have fun. I hope you catch those cows. And also, Keith, many thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, I will try and I'm hoping I can stream next week. If I can't do Thursday next week, I might choose a different day to stream, but my brother is quite keen to introduce me to his new girlfriend who's coming down for the weekend, or for a couple of days before they go off somewhere. And it'd be nice to meet her. So, but if she's here on Thursday, I'm gonna have to find another day to stream, which is fine. But I just need to remember that before it gets to Thursday, and I'm like, ah, crap, can't stream now. So I don't like missing a week of stream. It makes it so hard to remember what I was doing last week as well. Like I literally loaded in today and I was like, I cannot remember what I was doing. Luckily I was sat on the field of the contract I was already like in the middle of, so it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just quickly finish the field just because with mowing it's so obvious that you haven't done part of it. It's not so bad when you're fertilizing. You can just sort of assume that you've done it all and it's fine. But with this, it's so obvious that there's just a big chunk of grass. And if this was my field, I'd be pissed if someone left that massive chunk of grass just not mown at all. I'm being paid 50 grand to do this job. I might as well do it right. Which is absolutely nuts. I cannot believe this is a 50 grand job. It actually really didn't take that long either. I was pleasantly surprised. I was fully expecting this to take absolute hours, but I know I was doing it for a decent chunk of time last stream. but finishing it off hasn't been too bad. I think I am going to have a look at those fertilizing jobs after, maybe. I think I went from a big baling job to this big mowing job. I don't really want to do any more mowing, so I'm going to return the equipment afterwards. And I can't remember, I think last stream I did buy my own patch of land. Let's see. If not, I'm pretty sure I did. Did I? Oh yeah, I bought that field. No, I didn't. I bought that field. Ah, and I bought a house. I remember I spent all my money on this little house, which is a really cute little house, but even so, it might not have been the best decision. But, you know, you need somewhere to lay your head at night. Especially September time in the UK, not the warmest. And I think I was trying to decide if I should get the tiny patch with the chicken coop, which was right next to the field, or if I was going to buy an actual another field which was right next to it. It wasn't that expensive. I'm pretty sure I could afford it after this contract, actually. Nice, would you just look at that? That is an absolutely insane size field. I can't remember how much it was, but I want to say it was like over $1 million. But look at the size of it, it's huge. So I'm not going to make the mistake of accepting the contract before I get back to the shop, because I've done that many times before. And I do have a rule on this save that I cannot be tabbing between vehicles. That's a big no-no. If I accidentally return a machine before I'm ready, then I'm walking home. And this is not like I don't think this is one of the biggest maps you can get, but it's a decent size. There's no way I want to be running back to the shop. So it is 11:05 in game. I'm surprised it's still misty around, but actually in England it probably would be, you know, a bit hazy potentially if it was a bit of a damp day. Really love that bit of forest. That's another thing. If I couldn't afford a bit of like open land, I would happily own a bit of forest. I have a massive urge to go and chop down trees. And then chop up my own firewood. I just think that would be the most satisfying thing to do. Okay, well at least we're following the car this time, and the car is not trying to go the opposite direction to me. There's only a couple cars that seem to do a lap around this map, but my god, they're a pain in the ass. Right, I'm going to have a good mooch around through the contracts in a second. I do think I'm going to take that decent size fertilizing job, because there's probably not that many months left in this year that there'll be fertilizing contracts available. It's the same with mowing really, and baling and all that stuff really. There's like limited stuff you can do in the sort of like quiet season. Rinslad, thank you very much for the like in the live, that's much appreciated. Alright, well there's my little fertilizer spreader. He needs a good old clean. I'm gonna have to invest in a pressure washer. Right, anyway, let's have a quick peek at what's going on over here. Nice. Okay. So yeah, there are some big old harvesting contracts, but any of these ones, this one wouldn't be so bad, but I just think it would take so long that it wouldn't really be worth it. I have lots of mods installed on this, by the way, so I can't tell you which mod it is, but I get a little indicator of profit per minute. So these root veg ones are quite, they're not bad, but they're not good. That's a really tiny field, which only 4 grand is the problem, so it's going to take a long time but not really be worth that much. I struggle to believe that that's 870 pounds a minute though. Who knows? There's these irrigation contracts since I installed yet another mod. Rinslad, thank you very much for the follow as well, that's much appreciated. Mod Central over here. Oh yes, and also welcome John, how's it going? There's irrigation contracts because I installed yet another mod which does something to do with like the moisture levels of the field and the crops, which is really cool because obviously that's quite realistic, but I don't really know how it works, and it does have these contracts but it doesn't give you any lease equipment, so I don't think I've got any equipment to actually do any of that, so we're going to be avoiding those because that's just not a good idea. I mean, these spraying contracts might be good. Although profit per minute is really low on a spraying contract, which is quite surprising. I don't really want to do tedding. Or do I? No, that's quite low profit per minute as well. I mean, the tiny ones are actually the best value, but I think we're just going to go with a big old fertilizing contract instead. So the cost of materials is probably about 3 bags of fertilizer, which isn't too bad. I can put 3 in the actual hopper and then carry a couple with me. I mean, that one's nuts, but I really don't think I've got... I don't really want to take 2 bags with me. As in, like, I think I could take 2 bags with me on that one, and I don't think I'd have enough. That is tempting though. It's only 50 grand. Living the absolute dream. Do I sense sarcasm there, Jordan? Just a little bit. And yeah, I'm alright, Alright. I mean, it would have been better if I could still be streaming on YouTube right now, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I have no idea what you mean. Again, with the sarcasm. Have you had a busy day? What happened to YouTube? Oh, basically it just was not cooperating. I don't know what happened. But every time I tried to start the stream, it kept trying to make me log in, even though I was already connected to YouTube and therefore logged in. It just wouldn't create like a stream key, which I've not had before on Stream Elements. It was just so weird, but every time I tried to start, it just would not work. What else do I stream on? So Rinsland, I would normally stream on YouTube, but I'm also currently streaming on Twitch as well. So yeah, guys, if you can't see messages that I'm replying to, it's because I've got one chat there, probably on the opposite one. Just cause, you know, gotta get that reach. It took me so long to figure out multi-streaming. Way too long. Way too long. But it's been 100% worth it. Alright, I'm just gonna buy all of the fertilizer I can possibly need. And also, guys, if you are on TikTok, if you go on my profile, you can find my other platforms on there. On TikTok, I've got them all on my channel page, so if you want to follow on multiple things, that would also be much appreciated, but obviously not required. Had to rush Harrison to the doctors as he injured himself. Oh dear. He's okay, and the school tried to charge me £8 to watch Lily for 10 minutes whilst I was stuck at the GP. That's outrageous. I did not know schools did that. That is nuts. But I would be fuming if that was me, so I understand where you're coming from on that. Also, what was wrong with Harrison? What did he do? And I'm very glad he's okay as well. Oh dear. Okay, well my plan wasn't to go through 4 bags, it was just to go for the first 2. Which I also can't live without a real weight. Do I actually have a weight? Oh yeah, I do on the front. It would probably help if I put that on the back, right? Dumb. Let's switch that round, shall we? Mental. Ollie was a scene and my mum picked her up for me in the rain. Head teacher is now groveling. That's nuts. So what, were they trying to like charge you for like an after school type thing? Like after school club? Outplaying and soft players joint seemed to, ooh, ouch, knock out of place, or he pulled a tendon and couldn't stand at all. Oh dear, that does sound quite the injury. Is he walking all right now? Okay, well, I can sort of lift 2 bags with the weight on. I might have to get a better one. Because, yeah, this tractor is sort of floating in the air. After school club, it was only 10 minutes in an emergency. Stupid. He's limping, but much better with pain relief. I'm glad he's better, but yeah, that is so dumb. I can yeah, like you said, if it was like half an hour, fair enough, but like 10 minutes. Get a grip. Outrageous behaviour. It also, yeah, your thoughts exactly, yeah. It's also like people get stuck in traffic or, you know, things happen. Like, you don't expect to be charged to pick up your kid 10 minutes late. Redonkulous. What is the world coming to? Noise. Right, let's get this rear weight back on the front. Oh, no, that way. Never been late to get Lily. This is the one time. I'm glad we're trying to move her. Yeah, that sounds fair enough, to be honest. Yeah, like if it had been every single time or, you know, a long time, I could understand, but just the one time is outrageous. Anyway, how is farming? Yeah, it's not too bad, thanks Jordan. I've already made 50 grand today, so pretty happy with that. I say today. I mean, I did start the contract last stream. I actually need to figure out where I'm going because I'm just driving off aimlessly. Okay, field 34, so down the road, up to the farm and then across. Oh geez, balling. I know, and I spent all my money last time on a house and a field, so I think I can afford another field. I just don't know if I want to invest in equipment yet or if I want to keep buying land. The problem is if I keep buying land, I can't really do much with the land because I haven't got the equipment, so I'm thinking, I can't remember what I've also got on finance already. I can't remember, I think I bought the tractor. No wait, did I have the tractor already? I might have bought everything I own currently outright, I'm not sure. Classic struggle, yep. So yeah, I cannot, yeah, there's no point really buying land until I can do something with it, right? But then I could buy the chicken house and buy some chickens and just buy some food for them. But I don't know if chickens are really worth it until you're actually like growing and selling, you know, you're producing your own food for them. So it's a bit of a tricky one. Isn't the tractor on finance, or did I imagine that? Yeah, see, I can't remember. I can't remember if I started with the tractor and I just decided to keep it, or if I decided to get it on finance. I really cannot remember. I wonder if I go in. I'm gonna have a look at my finance page in a minute and see if I can figure it out. When I get to the field, I'll have a look. Because I don't want to start having loads of things on finance, because IRL, that's not a good idea, and it's not a good endearing game either. Would not recommend. Right, I'm hoping I did go down the right road. Nice. James Giant Peach, many thanks for the follow, much appreciated. How are you doing? And thank you very much for liking the live as well, much appreciated. Right. Going on an adventure. I would definitely like to do some sort of forestry on this game at some point. I don't think I want to... I kind of want to start with forestry because I know it's really good money, but I think it might be a bit risky straight off the bat. Okay, here we are at the field. Going on a trip in my favourite rocket ship. I'd definitely much rather go for a ride in a tractor than a rocket ship. Just gonna say, but... I think it's nuts to think that one day we'll probably just be, instead of flying planes, we'll just be going up into the atmosphere and then dropping back down to actually land where we want to be. And it'll be so much faster than flying. Probably also a lot more risky, but you know. Good fun. Right, I was going to do something. I was going to check my finances. Always a sensible thing to do. Right. New vehicles 31k. So that was the fertilizer spreader. I think I started with this tractor. I don't think it's on finance. I want to say that is a mixture of actually the fertilizer spreader, the front loader, and the whatever it is. Actually, I can see that no money's come out of my account today as well, so I don't think I've got it on lease. Don't think I do. Zooming through the sky. If only I could zoom around on a tractor, eh? IRL, that is. Right, let's get fertilizing. I think I am going to use the... Nope, I did not want to hire a worker. That's why I was holding down H, god damn it. I'm going to use the GPS because why wouldn't you? It's great. But also, I really do not want to have to buy any more fertilizer. Fertilizer is spenny. Oh, Jordan, I don't think you were here earlier, but they've updated the whatever that Canadian map is. So we should now be able to harvest spelt. We should be able to harvest lavender, and there was another one that was broken as well, which apparently has also been fixed. And also it wasn't compatible, the custom crops weren't compatible with precision farming. They now also are, which is very exciting. I just read through the updates as I was loading up and updating everything else, all the other 1300 mods that I've got downloaded. So we can hop back on some multiplayer at some point soon. Are the spraying contracts? I'm guessing that's what you meant. That's a good question. I think that's a game thing, isn't it? I know what you meant, don't worry. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a game thing rather than a map thing. So, but yeah, because you were saying before that it's like a known problem that you get put on spraying contracts on a field that's got no crop. And so you have to check if the field has actually got crop on before you go and start the contract, because otherwise you might get caught out. And there was another thing as well. I can't remember what the other thing was, but yeah, there's a few bugs in the game still. I mean, the most annoying thing for me is that you cannot 100% complete a contract unless you've got a mod layer. That's so dumb. Because the whole point of the harvesting contract is that you get that little bit of bonus crop that you can then sell, and you make a little bit of extra dosh. But why make the contract if you can't spray? I know, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. But the game is just a little bit dumb with some things. Yeah, it is what it is. They'll fix it one day. I don't think today is the day. Although to be fair, I haven't actually read the like game updates recently. But I really just don't understand. There's a few things in this new farming sim that I just don't understand. The first one being the fact that they split up the grass contracts. I loved a silage contract before, with all the different steps. I don't like that it's all split up now. Although I will say, on that £1 million field, there's no way in hell I would have taken a silage contract on there, because I would have been at that for hours and hours and hours. It probably would have literally taken 3 streams to complete a silage contract on that one field, but that is just that because of the size of the field. I would much prefer the smaller contracts to be silage contracts still. Or even the option, like if you wanted to do silage, you could at least have the option of doing all of the stages. I don't know. Sneak make a mojito flavor? Since when? I think that might be one of their limited edition things. I'm not sure, but I did see there was also another one which I thought looked really nice, and I can't remember what the flavor was. They've got like a little cocktail collection going at the moment. And yeah, the 100% on contracts is so annoying. Yeah, that's why I had to get the mod that lets you actually finish the contract. There's nothing more infuriating. I can't type today. It's alright, I can't do anything today. I feel like my mental capacity has just completely died. Thank God it's Friday tomorrow. Oh, blood orange margarita sounds yummy too. Yeah, that does sound good. I reckon it'd be quite sour, but I like sour. Although I did have a kiwi the other day that was so painfully sour, I was literally not having a good time. But I started eating it and I was damn well gonna finish it. Why am I going over there? I love this GPS, but sometimes it's dumb. Maybe it's just me that's dumb, but sometimes the game is just dumb. Like, that was definitely not the most efficient way I could have done that, and I feel like that's because it sent me off on a bit of a tangent. Course segment is too far away. I don't actually know which angle it's trying to make me do, to be fair. I'm just destroying loads of crop right now. How am I too far away? Which layout is this? Oh, it wants me to go that way. Maybe I need to go this angle? That looks better. Okay, well now I've missed a bit because it's making me do that. Ay, 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 what is going on here? Okay, well, this guy's gonna have some interesting tramlines when I'm done with this. Jeez. Basically, maybe do a 360. Once I figured out the right angle, I should be fine. I think I've got it now. I think. We'll find out. The problem is when you've got such a wide working width as well and you're not really working on like tram lines and stuff, it's really hard to figure out where the place you're meant to start is. It's not so bad if you can see where you're spraying, but because the crop's so tall, you can't really see where it's going, even in third person. Very hard to see. But yeah, this is going to be a very tasty amount of money. I just need to start deciding like what to do with it. Yeah, I can't remember which. I think I'm on like normal difficulty economy. I was going to go with hard, but I thought I'm not going to make much progress very quickly, because things are expensive like they are in real life. But yeah, I didn't want it because I can only stream once a week. It's a bit frustrating if you can't make any progress each stream, so I thought I'm gonna make life a little bit easier. But actually, whilst I'm going down this lane, I'm gonna Oh, the shop is closed because the salesman is on a break. Another mod I installed. I think he's back at like 1 or something. Well, sorry, Walter. Hi there, welcome. Thank you for the first time chat. Is it Walter or Walter? Kind of sounds a bit like Walter. Both are good. Nice, thank you. Well, hopefully I'll remember one of them. I'm very bad at like pronouncing things. I try my best. How's the farming going? You're fine, oh, thanks. Farming is going good, thank you. I am making tram lines. I have made lots of money today. I have just completed a 50k mowing contract. And this one is, I can't remember, did I take the 50k one or is this the 30k one? This might be like 30 something k, but it's hang on 1 second. Where has the hello there sound gone? Oh, sorry. It took me a really long time. I thought you were saying like my sound's gone. I was like, how has my sound gone? What have I done? Oh, I've now gotten distracted what I was saying. Yeah, what was I saying? Words and things. Basically, I'm making a lot of money and it's going good. And oh geez, that was risky. I did not realize that sound had gone, to be honest, because that's one of my favorite sounds. I'm gonna have to try and fix that. I really hope I don't have to come back for that one chunk at the end. We all need Molly. Molly? We don't need Molly. Well, you might need Molly. Personal preference, really, but what do I do?
Hello there.
Hello there. There you go. It is there. Thank you for following, Freddie. And also, what do I do? Sorry, did I miss a message beforehand? I've only got a really tiny space for the Twitch chat at the top. Also, thank you for the follow, Walter. Much appreciated. Damn, that's like 4 follows already today. Nuts. Much appreciated, guys. You're welcome. Many thanks. Keep farming. I plan on it. I do love a farming stream. It's one of the best. Right, there we go. Oh, I didn't even notice I'd completed the contract. Well, that's a good time to be wrapping up this contract. So luckily I can actually take the money right now. Because it's still on a break, damn it. Okay, I was gonna say I could do some shopping for some equipment. Obviously I can't because the shop is on a break. Oh, hello. That's nearly crashed into a tree. Where am I going? She really does, but one day we will have a Repo stream too, I'm sure of it. Repo is a bloody good game. The problem is though, because it's sound sensitive, I'm not going to be able to talk for most of the stream. Maybe that's not a bad thing, to be fair. I've lost the way back to the road. I think it's coming up. There we go. And things are expensive. They are indeed. They are indeed. One day I will be able to live stream my own little bit of land. That is the dream. Oh, push to talk. That's also a very good idea. But I would always forget. That's the problem. I might have to, if I was going to do a repo stream, I think I'd have to get my, actually, maybe I ditched the pedal. I can't remember. I had a little pedal that I actually had to use for Call of Duty for push to talk. Because I could not cope with another button to press whilst trying to play COD to remember to do push to talk. But obviously when you're like trying to play a game with other people and they're trying to concentrate and you're just chatting away, it's a bit distracting for them. It would make for good content when you forget. So I'll just be chatting away. Like I did this stream when OBS decided to switch my mic around. That was fun. Oh, don't do that. I need to put these in the actual fertilizer spreader, I think. Pretty sharpish. When I get to the shop, I'm gonna have to rearrange everything again. I'm hoping, because these bags aren't full, I should be able to just quickly top up the fertilizer spreader and hopefully it'll take whatever's left. That'd be good. I don't actually know why I just went straight back to the shop, because I don't even know if I need to be at the shop. Lol. And I missed it. Hang on. I have like short-term memory loss. What did you miss? Short-term memory loss. ADHD. Something. Something ain't right. Right, let's hope that the shop does open up again. See, if I was thinking before I drove down here, I could have potentially dropped off the fertilizer spreader and brought back some new equipment. But no, I decided to bring it with me. Oh, you talking with no mic? Yeah. Luckily, 2 people were kind enough to point out my mistake. Because I did not know. Because obviously it was green here, and that's normally how I mute it as well. Oh, hello. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't like having the front weight on as well as the bags of fertilizer, but it's gonna have to just deal with it for a second. Yeah, so OBS decided to switch my things around for some unknown reason. Why does it do that? I mean, I expect it from Discord because Discord always does that to me. OBS has not done that to me, I don't think, to date, but someone did say it might have been an update that I missed and maybe it just messed up things. Who knows? But either way, I was pissed. And thank God someone said something, because if not, I would have just been chatting away for hours. Probably until you came along, Jordan, and was like, yeah, you realise you haven't had your mic on this whole time? And I'd have been like, what? Rinsa, I don't know if she answered you. I didn't hear her, but close streams on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you, Jordan. I think I did answer, but, yeah. Thank you for liking the live as well, much appreciated. I think I did. I'm not 100% sure. Right, 30k in the bank. There we go. Right, so now I've got 96k. Would have been super funny though, for everyone else, not for me. Yeah, this is a dirty boy. He needs a clean. But I'm waiting for the shop to suddenly open up again. So we're gonna just skip by a little bit of time, have a sandwich, wait for the shop to reopen. There we go. I think that should be good now, hopefully. Yeah, nice. So yeah, let's just have a quick peek. Is that? No, that's not what I was going to get. I think I was debating buying this one, but I decided against it because it didn't do lime as well. BRB Lurk, thank you for the sandwich, much appreciated. I didn't hear you, so thought it was best to say it twice. Then not at all, but you could have answered when Ollie was chatting beans. Yeah, no, that's fair enough, thank you. Ollie always chats beans. Bare beans. Right, so I'm gonna need a cultivator at some point, but I haven't got the horsepower for that one. There's not really a whole lot here I can do much with, like, it's all quite big equipment. I mean, I could get that, but that's quite a lot. I wouldn't really want to spend that much on a round bale. I like a square bale because they're so much easier. So true, so true. Right, I mean, that's still too big. No, we're not ready for that. Not really prepared for any of these things, to be honest, so I think we'll leave that for now. I really need to decide what I'm doing with my land. I might see, let's have a see what other contracts are around. Because I don't have to buy any equipment now, I could just lease some equipment and do another contract. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so bale-wrapping, that's pretty good. I could do both of these. That is a hell of a profit per minute. I bet there's like 2 or 3 bales there like last time. I'm going to accept both these contracts and borrow the items from one and then accept the other contract. Did I do that right? I think so. Because there's literally going to be like 2 bales on one of those. So that's going to be a nice quick job. Leave the... Oh, hello. Who are you? Am I parked in your way? Well, I'm not moving, so you don't have to deal with that. Bye! The princess can walk around the dirty tractor. I ain't moving. Right, let's figure out which fields I'm going to. So I think I was debating buying field 42 at one point, and then I decided to go for the other bit of lands. It would be, oh hello, there's a fence there. It would be the absolute perfect field for like an open pasture because it's so steep, but there is a flat bed at the bottom, so you can have a nice area for your like your watering and feeding troughs, and then just have the field the fence extended around the whole field. It would be quite a tricky field to use for much else, to be honest. So I think it'd be absolutely perfect for like sheep or goats or even cows, to be honest. Don't know if you'd want to put chickens there necessarily, but it's oh hello. It's definitely got potential for something in future. And it's also very cheap bit of land, so I'm hoping he's got enough space. Ah, you're gonna be an awkward little beggar, aren't you? Oh, that was oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, you can get round. You're just choosing not to and honking your horn, you little bastard. You wee little bastard. So yeah, I do definitely plan on buying those fields at some point. It's just not going to be straight away. I really want to start getting like loaded up for cows, get some bales and stuff sat around. So to do that, I'm going to have to do quite a lot of work because I'm going to get all the mowing equipment first, get some silage fermenting. That's going to be step 1. Step 2 is getting a field and cultivating it. Not cultivate, yeah, no wait, I've lost my trail of thought. Planting some crops in there that drop straw. I also have the extended straw mod, so that's going to be very helpful. It means I can get straw from a few more different crops that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to. Oh, well that's going to be really awkward to get around, isn't it? Let's just see if there's another gate up here. So yeah, I just need to get some crops in the ground and then I should be able to get a good amount of straw from there. Damn it, I'm going to have to go in, turn back on myself to then get into that field, but from the looks of things there's literally like 2 bales in there, so it's fine. Look how misty it is. Cannot believe it. Okay, it's also going to be a bit of an awkward turn, so let's get a good swing on it. Okay, this might have been a bit over dramatic, to be honest, but it is what it is. And we're in, but now I need to turn around, so let's shut the gate so I can go back that way. I really love like the style of the gates in this game, in this map anyway. I don't think it's like universal, but these are so nice. Coolio. Right, let's get this open. Nice. So yeah, I literally think there's going to be 2 or 3 bales. Looks like it's going to be 3 because that first one was about 33%, looks like. Machine Man, what game this is? FS25 with lots of mods. And the map I'm currently playing on is Oak Valley, I want to say. Oak Valley Farm. Absolutely gorgeous map. Okay. No, I don't want to jinx myself. Oak Bridge Farm, that's the one. Sorry, I've got Valley in the brain because of Moss Valley, which is the one I was playing before. Just wishful thinking that I was still playing Moss Valley, but the game did not want to play ball. Oh yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but I lined myself up perfectly with those. It's not going to happen again, but I'm going to take the little win whilst I can. Right, let's get out of here. On to the next field. Did I like Moss Valley? I found the fields were massive. Yes, I really like Moss Valley. So basically before I was playing on this map, I was playing Moss Valley because I really loved the map on FS22 and I was really happy it came to 25. But I don't know if it was the mods I had on the game or if it was just something to do with the actual map itself, because I didn't have the same issue on any other map. Even with all my ridiculous number of mods, but it just wasn't loading. It kept crashing every few minutes, so I wasn't getting anywhere, so I had to just give up in the end. Which was really sad because I got quite a decent way on the first stream. I was doing pretty good. I think I do agree with you that some of the fields are big, but I much prefer a map with a mixture of sizes of fields, and it definitely did have some smaller fields, because that's one of the things I always have a look for before I start a new save, is like if I'm doing like a survival type play, like start from scratch type thing, I want to have smaller fields so I can get going on smaller equipment first. And also, if you've only got a field with massive only got a map with massive fields, like the cost of them is generally too high to actually be able to get going, so it's a bit of a catch-22. If you're happy like to play from, I don't know, the starting farm, then that's slightly different, but I always like to choose one that's got like slightly smaller fields as well. So like this map is quite cool because there's some really tiny fields, but there's some ridiculously big fields too. But because this map hasn't really got any productions, in fact hasn't got any productions on the map, how do I get in there? I've probably driven straight past the entrance. Because this hasn't got any productions on the map, you're probably going to need to buy some of those big fields just to actually get some productions down, especially when you've got like those big old sawmills and oil mills and all that sort of stuff. Generally speaking though, I would much prefer a map that had all those things integrated into them, that you can then rent rather than having to buy the land to put the... How do I get in that field? Rather than having to rent the... Rather than having to buy the land to then buy the placeable to put on it, I'd much rather have an integrated one, because I have a lease productions mod, so you don't actually have to pay for the production itself, you just roll up to it and lease it for like £1,000 a month or something, which is so much better. Oh, is that the entrance? No. Maybe I have to go through my field to get there. I was not expecting to have to do that though. This is when the flying tractor we talked about would come in handy. Hop the fence. This is very true. I could just hop the fence with a flying tractor. I mean, there are some big old oak trees on this map. I mean, I could technically probably drive through the hedge, but I don't want to start doing that really. Once you start, it's hard to stop. But if I can't get round this way, then I'm going to have to do something, because I just don't know. Right, that can't be the way. Do I have to go like through this field and then across the other field? But I feel like there's a wall in between. Seems a bit silly. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Agreed. It's like a...
That's what she said.
That's what she said. It's like a can of Pringles. Is that where the actual saying comes from? I forget. Ah, it is through here. Okay, did not know that. That's good to know. I could have also gone through that field there, apparently. Yes, lol. Ah, that makes more sense. Well, it's accurate, to be fair. I have recently discovered galaxy counters, and I don't know why they're so good, because all it is a galaxy bar in circular form. But they're so much better than minstrels because they don't have that coating. But oh my god, they're just so good. Absolutely obsessed with them. Oh, the new Sims trailer is out. How do we feel? Ooh. Hang on. What new Sims trailer? As in like new Sims or new like completely new game or new expansion? I said, hold up. Wait a minute. I only just discovered counters. Yeah, I think Jack picked them up for me because I said I wanted something chocolatey. And yeah, I was mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. They're now my new favourite way to eat Galaxy. I would not go back to a bar. New pack pigs aren't flying yet. Ain't that the truth? Apparently they might not actually do a Sims 5 ever, which they must do some point, surely. Like with things like Inzoi coming out, surely they've got to level up the game to compete, otherwise they just won't be competing anymore. And everyone says how buggy The Sims 4 is, and they're not wrong. Every time they bring out a new pack, it breaks everything. Project Ren, is it Renee? Project Ren, sounds like Rennie. Renee was scrapped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Because there was talks of like multiplayer as well at one point, but I don't think that's happening either. Right, I don't know how many bales that are in this field. Oh, it's not really that many. Yeah, this won't take much time at all. And we only had one tractor rental with this. Well, one bale wrapper rental. Could use my own tractor, but I didn't have the wrapper. It wasn't scrapped, but it isn't The Sims 5. Oh. Oh yeah, because they sort of were like, oh yeah, we've got this project, but they didn't really say a whole lot about it. They must do a Sims 5 at some point, surely. Like, how long was... It's been like 10 years since The Sims 4 came out. And The Sims 4 went backwards in some ways. Kia, many thanks for liking the live. Much appreciated. There won't ever be a Sims 5. They're gonna lose people if they do that. They just cannot... Unless they do some major things to the base game of Sims 4, like, it's just not going to work forever. I mean, on the plus side, I would be quite happy not having to buy every new pack again, and also waiting for years for all those packs to be released. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of those packs could have been Like, they split up a lot of the packs from Sims 3 into multiple packs, which I didn't like. Be okay, many thanks for liking the live. Lacking so many things, especially simple things we had in Sims 3. Yes, like open worlds. Where are the open worlds gone? That is the most annoying thing. On the plus side, I am like glad they added infant stage to Sims 4, which wasn't in Sims 3, I don't think. It was always weird going from like the cot to the toddler. Cars, simple careers, we not long had infants, craziness. Yeah, I know, it's nuts. But yeah, when they first introduced babies as literally just the things that stayed in the bassinet you couldn't do anything with, I was fuming. At least in Sims 3 you could just like leave them on the floor and do others like sort of more interactive things with them. Like you actually had to go and put them places rather than they just stayed in the crib. That was like the most boring bit. And we could run daycares in Sims 3. Oh yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, I mean, I will say there's like a lot of mods on Sims 4 now. I'm really glad that they've integrated with like CurseForge, because there's no way I would have been able to have the number of mods I have now. In case you guys didn't realise already, I'm a bit obsessed with mods. But there's no way I would have been bothering to like continually find every single page on like Chrome and download them and then re-update them every single time. There's just no way. Right, well, I'm going to say that was a pretty successful wrapping session. Not a single bale was, well, I think there was only one bale that I sort of slightly missed, but, you know, not bad. Right, guys, what do we think? This little chicken pen is only $5 grand. I'm thinking it might be worth getting. I don't remember how many chickens. I feel like it wasn't like a ridiculous number of no, hang on, I do need to be on that menu. It wasn't like a ridiculously big capacity.
Do it.
But it was only $5 and because it's already integrated, I like that. No, it's here. Chickens 31. That's not the same. Yeah, I don't even know if you can place it because it's not going to be any of these. Oh damn, that's quite a cool chicken pen. Yeah, so it's definitely not those. Oh, maybe I went into hang on. Demolition mode. So I'm getting those. No, I can't figure out what the capacity is. I'm running my headphones, so can you reply to me in chat? I would really appreciate it. I can say hi. Oh, I can't say hi because I can't type. That's about all I can do. Right, actually, yeah, let's go take this back to the shop before I forget. Actually, hold up 1 minute. I'm gonna see how much this little patch was. I think, yeah, it was only, oh, it was only $4 grand, even better. Also, Jordan, great suggestion, thank you. I didn't even think about that. I'm tempted to just buy it just cause I can, and I've got the money. I will eventually be buying, I think, both of these bits of land. If I bought 37, I'd be getting rid of the horse stuff that's on there. Because I really don't need it. Yeah, because I'd probably be wanting to use that to start mowing some grass. There's so many things I need to get, and I don't have very much money. I am thinking I'm going to have to do some like lease to buy stuff, because that's going to be a great way to finally start getting some equipment. Oop. Yeah, sorry, Laura, I cannot type whilst playing this game. Right, let's take this back, collect that money. That's another 16 grand, I think it was. So we'd be over 100k, which means I'm actually very close to buying that quite big field next to me, but then I'd have nothing left. So I'm thinking I need to find a direct cultivator that I can run on my tractor. Jordan, thank you very much. Sorting out my problems. But yeah, this is quite a nice tractor. What is it? Let's have a look. Oh, a Linda. I don't think I've actually used a Linda before. Wizard help. Much appreciated. Right, so there was nothing in the sale. So let's just quickly collect those 2 missions. Look at that. I don't think I have ever had that much money at like the sort of early days of a stream. As well as the fact that I've got a little bit of land, I've got a house, I have a tractor. I mean, technically I sort of started with the tractor this time, which makes a big difference. But I've really sort of on my way to getting some equipment. So I do think we need to look for a direct drill, because I should, let me think about this. I've got the thing that means you don't have to plow, you can use a cultivator to create fields, but I don't remember if I needed to cultivate first or if I could just direct seed without having to do the cultivating first. I also don't actually know what horsepower this tractor is. 130, so it's not big and beefy by any means. It's actually quite small, which means I'm gonna have quite a limited what I can pull is going to be quite limited, so it might be better to do the seeding and the cultivating separately. I've already forgotten what horsepower my tractor was. It was like 120, I think. So this one I don't need to cultivate first. Which does make me think is a good idea. Lara, have you got captions on? Because if not, I cannot reply. I'm gonna buy this outright. I think this might be a terrible decision. It's only 3 meters working with though. I'm just debating if I sell my current tractor and get something slightly bigger so I can have like an extra meter or 2 working with. That would be the dream, but I don't think I can afford any 240 horsepower tractors. I think that's the one that I just actually used for that contract. Let's just see what's in the sale. There's nothing particularly big in the sale. That's the best one, 220, but that's still not great. Let's just have a look at mods tractors. I'm gonna nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sort by horsepower, I think. Let's go by base horsepower. I like having the mods mixed in. So okay, straight off the bat, we still need to have one that's got a front loader attacher. I'm thinking it's probably gonna have to be an older tractor just to be able to get the bigger horsepower. I mean, that's pretty good. I wonder how much the like max Ooh, 90 grand. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, can't have a front loader on, which is a bit of an issue. 260. Front loader attacher. Can I have a front PTO? That's not essential, but it would be nice. No front PTO, which means I probably can't hang on. I think that's just 3-point linkage, isn't it? That means I can't really use, like, basically the dream would be to have a big tractor that I can use with like the butterfly mower, so I'm gonna have to have a decent sized tractor to be able to run that, as well as obviously the bigger seeder. Oh, it's such a tricky decision. Oh, that one's, oh my god, look at the price of that. That would be a beast of a tractor to own right now though. Can this have a front loader? No, that's a big no-no. Can this have a front loader? Nope. What about this one? I mean, I feel like it's unlikely if... Oh, that's not a bad price. Ollie wants to get a JCB. Of course he does. Of course he does. If the JC... Oh, hang on. I might have found the one. Anniversary edition. What does that look like? Oh, I don't like that. Do not like that at all. Max engines. Oh my... Holy smokes. That's a lot of money. He is displeased. Let's have a look how much a fast track is. Actually, you know what? That is surprisingly cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Can have a front loader attacher. Engine setup. Okay, Ollie actually made a good suggestion because this is cheaper than the other tractor I was going to go for. LED strobes, what the hell? Where did they go? Oh, they're just there. I thought it was going to be like under lighting for the tractor. I was about to say that's absolutely insane. What has the world come to? I know. I think we might be in trouble. Marker lights? I don't need to be adding all these things really. It's just silly. Okay, I dread to think how much this is going to cost per month. If I get it over 2 years, it's 10 grand a month. Eesh, I did it, I did it. I regret doing it, but I did it. It's a bad day when Ollie's right. You are absolutely correct. But look at this. It is beautiful. It's actually really big. I'm not sure if I should have gone for this, but it's too late now. It's done. It's already in motion. Right, I'm going to actually probably sell this tractor now, which is sad because it hasn't been around long. Or do I just keep it? I think I might just keep it. It's not costing me anything if I keep it. What did I even need that for? Oh yeah, I remember now. Aye. If it all goes wrong, we blame Ollie. Yeah, when I've got ridiculously expensive repair bills, that's when we blame Ollie. Until then, it's a good idea, I think. Okay, so I don't even really need a front loader attacher because I've got my old tractor, so I'm just going to keep that. I'm absolutely. I just need to remember I need to keep at least 10k in the bank over winter, unless I want to get stuck doing some like really crap jobs just for the money. I mean, worst case I could take out a loan, I guess. But I don't really want to. Right. Next part of the plan is the seeder. So I could get this one, which is going to be a mega one. Track loosening tines. Ooh, I like the sound of that. We could get the slightly bigger tank. Do I want to use ridge markers? Probably not, because I'm going to probably just be using... I mean, this is a ridiculous amount of money. It's going on finance. Okay, so I need to have at least 16k a month now. But on the plus side, I'd be willing to do seeding contracts with this because it's big. So I can probably pay for that. Probably being the keyword. I still got a lot of money in the bank, this is the thing. And now I'm gonna actually be able to start making some money. We can hope. Anyway, let's get some seeds. I don't, so to actually use the individual seed bags, I can't remember if I need to actually do something to like make those work by editing XML files, and that is not my speciality, so I'm not going to buy them now just in case. But what I am going to do is buy a couple bags of this. I think it had 240k capacity, so we're just going to start with 2. 2 bags of that, 2 bags of fertilizer. Nope, that is an actual fertilizer spreader, we don't want that. And on top of that, I think it could have 3k of that, so we might as well just fill it right up. And then what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh yes, we've got precision farming installed, so I think it would be sensible, whilst I have some cash aside, to save some money on seed and fertilizer and get the soil testing equipment. If I can find where that is. It is in miscellaneous, I think it's in here. Now these are quite expensive, but is it in here? No, maybe not. These are quite expensive, but I feel like it's worth it because you save a lot if you have the right soil type on seeds and fertilizer. Keyword, if you have the right soil type. And also I think you can get much better yields if you use it as well. I can't see where it is though. I could have sworn it's in miscellaneous. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Asari. Can I search? It's something like that. There we go. It's only 70k actually. It's not as bad as I thought. So we're going to buy that outright because I cannot afford to have more things in finance. Nice. And then look at that, guys. That is one hell of a setup. I think with the fertilizer spreader on the back with half filled, I should be able to hopefully pick up a couple bags at a time to get this seeder loaded up. Yeah, nice. It's not like overly happy about it, but it's not unhappy about it. The next problem I'm going to have is I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get these high enough to load them in. Nope. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Hopefully though that's close enough to actually get them into the hopper. So what I find quite funny is that apparently JCB have tried to make a battery powered tractor, but because of the size of the tractor and how heavy they are and stuff, it only lasted 20 minutes even though it was like loaded down with batteries. And I don't like the idea of hydrogen powered things. I feel like that's a bit risky. Right, I need to just try. This is like a really weird seeder. Oh, that made a screaming sound. Oh, hang on, I think I actually had to open. John, do you remember how we did this last time? I feel like we had to figure out how to open the top. Open cover N. Oh, we had to unfold it, didn't we? It was something with. Oh no, oh no. Okay, this is a terrible idea. Let's try that again, shall we? Unfold and shuffle. Do the truffle shuffle. Yeah, it's something weird, like you have to unfold it. That sounds like a really, like, scary sound. I don't like it. Okay, and then open the cover. And then Actually, I don't think I'm going to have the reach still, but I'm going to try it from the other side. Because this little tractor is nothing compared to this beast of a machine. I actually feel like it wanted it to be right next to the back of the seed thingy. Oh, there we go. Nice, okay. Well, it's not the best way of doing it, but I just don't have anything big enough to reach over the top of that. I don't even know this with a front loader if that could reach, to be honest. But at least it works. I don't know if you have DC7, but I sent you an update. Okay, yeah, thank you. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Strange way to go about it, though, I will say. Unless that's part of the plan, you know. Alright, can I lift 3 at once? Because all I need to do is get them a bit closer. Nice. There we go. I reckon that should be close enough. Tactics are changing. They are indeed. Out of the loop now. I know. I'm getting old. I was saying to my sister earlier, like, do I look older? Because I've got frown lines for days at the moment, like, coming in up here. But also, I only had my hair dyed in, like, February or something was the last time I had it dyed. I have got 2 very prominent grey hairs right now, which are sticking out of the redness that is the rest of my hair. But what's concerning is that it's been dyed, right? And those have appeared since and broken through and also lost all of their red compared to, like, the rest of my hair. Is that how greyness works? I don't know. That'll look stunning in the photos. Is that sarcasm, Jordan? But literally, like, they're more white than they are grey, actually. They're just so, like, blatantly a different colour to the rest of my hair. Oh, showing my maturity. Yeah, the frown line's coming in. They're going to be great. They're not so bad if I'm like focusing on them. I feel like they get worse, but it's probably my fault for also not wearing my glasses. Maybe I'm like straining my eyes. I also like to scowl at people, or like when I'm thinking, I always have quite an angry face. Like when I used to play COD on stream, everyone was like, oh my god, I thought you were angry, and no, that was just my concentration face. Yeah, that can't be helping. Yeah, probably not. I definitely need to go back to like the opticians. I was gonna say the doctors. I was like, no, that's not where you go for eyes. Close but no cigar. Right, let's hope there's no crazy cars on their way. Nice, we made it. Ooh, is this gonna fit? Not quite. Tomorrow we learn shapes. I think I need to learn words first, to be honest, Jordan. My ability to speak is pretty shocking. Yeah, damn, that's going to be a nice field to own soon. I also really want to buy that field just because I think it comes with those sheds, which would be amazing as well. Right, so I did buy the little chicken pen, didn't I? Did I buy the chicken pen? I feel like I bought the chicken pen. I did. Look at that. Let's have a look at the capacity then. I would love to have the agility and, I don't know, willpower to just yeet myself over a gate like that. Am I being silly, or is that not working? There's no option for the animals. Huh, well that's going to be an issue. Let's hope I can access it from here. mods. Huh? There is no animals in this. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine, isn't it? But how do I add the animals if I can't go into the thing? Why is it never easy? Oh, I saw it. I saw it briefly. There we go. I was just not quite in the right place. Okay, so I can get chickens or a rooster. Cool. Cool. And I can only get 30, so that's not too many. Because I can only get 30, I might as well just buy... I'm not going to buy them straight away. But I am going to get 30 in a second. I'm going to first plant some grass out here. Get that all growing, and then I'm going to go back and get some wheat. So maybe chickens or a rooster then? Yeah, that does sound like it's one of my two options really. But yeah, I think I'm just going to buy 30 chickens, like 30 fully grown chickens. No time for messing around. They won't go through food ridiculously quickly, I don't think. And I'm really hoping I didn't have to buy... This was one that said it could... I'm sure this was one that didn't need cultivating first. If I mess this up, then I'm gonna cry. Imagine if I just didn't read it and bought the wrong one. That would be something I would do. Famous last words. Okay, no cultivating or ploughing is necessary, so that's fine. But I don't think I can... Normally there's a button that's like O or something. That means you can just direct seed. I thought I could do that with a seeder as well, but it's not looking likely right now. Damn it, what am I trying to do? Basically I just got a direct seeder, and the plan was that I didn't need to cultivate before I started seeding, because I have the mod that means that you can use a cultivator to you don't need to use a plow to make a new field. You can just cultivate and use it that way. But it seems like it won't let me do it with a seeder, but I'm sure I used to be able to do it with a seeder. I don't know if that's something to do with the mod that I have installed, or yeah, I don't know what the problem is there. It might be that I just need to suck it up and cultivate first, which is not ideal. But on the plus side, I did just remember that in the sale there was a cultivator, and now I have the power to actually use it. So if I do get this, I can buy it outright, which is fab because I don't want to finance it. And I can't actually remember what working with that was, but you know, it's all, I think that's going to be okay. It's not going to take too long to do that first. It's just a bit annoying because it's just the extra little step, but it's not like I have to plough the whole field first, so I think I can cope with it. I think. This is when it turns out I've bought it and I don't actually have the right mod installed, and it turns out I then have to buy a plough anyway, and I would be fuming. At that point I just wouldn't do that this stream. I would just save it for next stream and make sure I had that mod installed. Also thanks for joining Olibobo, sorry, I can't say words. Words are not my speciality. This is really sensitive today. Like, there's still a bit of a dead zone, but it seems to be steering more. Actually, that might be the JCB, because I forgot it's like all-wheel steering. All-wheel steering. All-wheel steering is what I meant to say. Lol. Thanks, Jordan. What a nightmare. Okay, right. I just bought myself a big ass cultivator, so let's hope that I have the right mods installed today. I might change the all-wheel steering. Although I kind of like it in some ways. Like, you can get a really nice turning circle. But I feel like it makes normal road steering a bit tricky. Or maybe that's just my lack of abilities in general. Who knows? Bit of column A, bit of column B. Right. It's sort of looking like the sunlight's going a little bit. So I hope it's not dark soon, because I kind of want to get the field sown and seeded. I think I can plant grass for quite a while, but it'd be nice to get it in the ground today, and just start building it up. Well, the most important thing is that it's growing, really. Another thing I realised as well, I didn't actually bring the soil sampler over, so it's probably quite a good thing that I didn't just start planting all of that stuff, because I would have been really annoyed if I wasted good fertilizer and seeds that I didn't use to. Right, let's get this bad boy open. Alright, so this lets me create a field. Oh, you know what? Was I pressing the right button? I think I was pressing the right button on the other thing. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to test it. Let's just quickly put this back out here. I didn't see the option to create a field with the other sower. With the seeder even, not the sower. Oh my god, if I just bought a cultivator that I did not need to buy, there will be rage. Right, I don't see the option. I'm pretty sure. Oh, is that because Y is select seed? Oh, hang on a minute. That might be a button conflict rather than an issue with the than what I'm looking for. Right, allow create field is gonna be somewhere down here. I don't know if it's in like a separate category. Right, if I can think of another button to give it. What buttons don't do things? Okay. Okay, right. Numpad. I don't think this doesn't look like this is still giving me the option, but you never know. Yeah, it's not doing anything, is it? Right, I know it's that button because I've just said it, so no, that just does not let me do it. Which is fine. Just means I've got to do the extra step first. Okay. I think that's far enough out the way. Nice. And on the plus side, it does mean that I've got another couple bits of equipment now. So if I do get really bored over winter with not many jobs to do, I'm just going to have to take on some jobs that I wouldn't normally necessarily have chosen, like cultivating. But I'm probably going to need it anyway for the moolah, so it's not the end of the world. Right. Right. allow create fields. There we go, that's what we wanted. So obviously, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that there for a second. I'm going to go and get the soil sample. Actually, no, wait. Can I sample the field? Basically, I'm thinking if I cultivate in the grass, would I be missing some fertilizer by not testing the soil first? But I don't know if it will test properly because it's not like a registered, it's not registered as a field, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but you know what I mean, like it doesn't count as a field yet because it's just land that hasn't been cultivated. It's not recognized as a field. And yeah, this is going to be quite a small field, but it's still going to be worth it. Because if not, I'll never have any cows. And I want cows, god damn it. Oh, well that's great, isn't it? Just thinking, oh, I've got a nice tight turn on that corner. Not even creating a field. Let's try that again, shall we? Right, there we go. Now we're rolling. That's much better. Because I'm a bit worried about getting too close to the fences and the walls, because it's going to make it really tricky for AI or me to do anything with the GPS. But eventually, to be honest, I might actually open that up into one bigger field when I buy that field, instead of having it as two separate fields anyway. I think that might be a good idea. We'll just give it a lot more room to work with. Jamie, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. I didn't actually check, but I think the top speed on this is only 24 miles an hour, which is a bit disappointing. This must be an older JCB. Or maybe this model just doesn't go as fast. I was expecting to be able to fly at like 60. Which is like the whole point of a fast track. They're meant to be fast. Okay, well I did that very badly, but it is what it is. I'll come back for that little patch on the way back. Okay, I didn't actually realize how tiny. I knew this was like a small field. I don't think I realized how small it is. It seems like so ridiculous to be using these size tractors on this tiny bit of field. Once I get that next field, it's not going to feel quite as bad. But at the moment, this feels a little bit overkill. Start calling myself Jeremy Clarkson. Mike Chandler, many thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I don't really know what my game plan was there, but I've managed to make this. Well, it's because I decided to go with the biggest equipment I could possibly buy. Completely unnecessary. But on the plus side, I am finally working on my own land, and that's pretty good. And because it's such a small field, it means I can do the job fairly quickly. And like I said, I do want to get grass in the ground and growing ASAP so we can get some munchies for those cows. Did I change this to grass? What am I planting right now? I'm not planting anything. Oh, phew. Okay. Oh, I had a bit of a mental breakdown then. I was like, hang on a minute. Am I planting grass? And then I realised I'm not even planting anything. Dumb. Just realised your DC isn't listed on TikTok at all. I scratched that. It just didn't load. Yeah, I think I've got Linktree on my... I think I have Linktree on my Twitch, TikTok, which has all the links to various things. I don't think Stream Elements can post to TikTok though, although I haven't actually looked. I finally got it all sorted to post some things on YouTube. Not that YouTube's streaming currently because it decided to break earlier. But yeah, I do want to see if I can get some like automated messages popping up on TikTok. That would be handy. I do fabulous. I believe you have it. Can have it as a link in chat. I mean, yeah, that'd be good. That would be good. Yeah, there's really not a lot of space in this field. Like this last patch is so tiny that I can probably do it in a couple runs, but I just don't know what the best way around to do it is. I think I'll just try and go 2 lengths this way. Hopefully that'll be enough. And then I'm going to attempt to use GPS with the seeder once I've brought back this soil sampler. Nice, would you? Just look at it. Look at that. The first of my own fields cultivated. And you know what? I've managed to get ridiculously close to the wall, which is something I said I wasn't going to do. But it is what it is. It just means I'm going to have a little bit more grass. And luckily with grass, if I'm not planting crops in here, which I'm probably not ever really going to do because I'm going to have to drive through it a lot of the time to get to the other fields, you know, it doesn't really matter if I've got grass in there close. Like I don't have to harvest it all right to the edge if I can't. Alright, I'm just going to casually park my ridiculously big cultivator in front of these guys' cottages. I'm sure they won't mind. It's only temporary, okay guys? Just don't panic. I'll move it later. Oh, in chat. Yeah, I haven't tried posting any links on TikTok chat, but I would like to have like my automated messages that, you know, pop off every 5 minutes or something. Popping off in TikTok. But yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Luckily with TikTok it's quite easy to just go on someone's profile and get the link, but I think it's easier than on Twitch potentially. It's a bit more like integrated, so that's not so bad. Nope. Damn, this thing is so sensitive. All-wheel steering. If I click the left stick, that doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Oh, maybe it is. Is that doing all-wheel steering? No, it's not. Nice. It was doing something. I think. Oh no, it's control. Huh? I am confusion. There we go. Oh damn, that really changes the turning circle, huh? I prefer the all-wheel steering. That really reduced... I knew it was going to reduce the turning circle, but that's ridiculous. we're gonna need the wool bales. Right guys, I'm not ending stream, but I am just gonna quickly go and refill my water bottle. So I'm gonna reduce the time right down, and I will be back very shortly. Hi guys, sorry that was a bit longer than expected, but I am back. Sorry, I got distracted. My sister had her baby yesterday, so I am an aunt again, and I was just getting caught up on all the cute baby photos. So yeah, sorry about that. But we are ready to go and sample some soil, so let's get going. I also was catching up on the follows on TikTok, so I've had 8 follows since the beginning of the stream, which is awesome, so thank you very much for that, guys. Yeah, so cute, honestly, so cute. I can't wait to meet him, cannot wait. But yeah, she had an emergency C-section, so it was a bit like, she's doing good, she's 4 centimeters, and then boom, she's gone for a C-section. So yeah, it was a bit of a bumpy ride, but they're both well and healthy. My sister's very much feeling the pain of the C-section after, so hopefully that like settles down pretty quick, and then she can feel a bit more like herself again. But yeah, the main thing is that both of them are healthy, so that's good. Right, let's get soil sampling. I'm going to be fuming if I've just cultivated that teeny tiny field to find out it's all silty clay. I know that silty clay is better for some things, but it does mean like, yeah, just more seeds, more seeds and more fertilizer, which is not ideal. Alright, let's get that unfolded. I'm gonna need to be able to see the mini map for this. C-sections aren't great, but I'm glad both are happy and healthy. Thank you, Jordan. I am too. But yeah, because it was an emergency C-section as well. Apparently that's worse. I'm not an expert in C-sections, but because they have to make sure it's done really quickly, like I think she said they had like a time limit of 15 minutes after the spinal block went in to get the baby out, because with the nature of an emergency C-section, it is an emergency. So I think they're just a bit less gentle and careful than they have to be with like an elective C-section. So yeah, hopefully the pain starts easing off sooner rather than later. But he is adorable. He was a big baby, 8 pounds 3 ounces, and yeah, he still is adorable and cute and tiny, but like I think she wasn't expecting him to be so big, and to be honest, neither was I. I think when my sister was born, she was born quite early, so she was tiny when she was born, like ridiculously tiny. Right, so we need to send those off to the lab. There we go. And then we just wait and see. I'm going to pop this over here and hope that I don't forget it's over here. Just like that. And then hopefully when we attach the seeder, we should be able to see what we're working with. Is it her first baby? Yes, it is her first baby, and she's already said that's probably going to be her only baby after this, but you never know, she might change her mind. But I think it was more the fact that, yeah, it was obviously a bit scary. What the hell does that mean? Oh, that's the fertilizer. I want to know what kind of soil we got. Okay, pretty good. So we got loam and sandy loam. I can't remember which one the best one is, but either way, that's not bad. I'm gonna get this. This is gonna be slightly. I don't know if I can use GPS because I've made this field. Oh, I can. That's very handy. Okay, definitely gonna be using that. I'm sure she'll change her mind, but that'll put the fear in you. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, she was kind of like, well, the reason why it was rushed was because she was having a lot of contractions but not progressing. So I think the baby was just kind of getting squished in there. And yeah, in the end, they just decided C-section was the best way to go, which obviously got to go with the best options. So why is that even, oh hang on, wait, I'm not doing the right crop. That would help. turn that off for a second. We want grass. Yeah, baby gets stressed, affects heart rate, which is super scary. Yeah, so the heart rate was that seems like it's going to go into the wall. It is going into the wall. But how am I meant to do it if the line is going off away from... See, this is why you should not make a field that's so close to a wall. I'm wondering if it's going to turn. I don't think it will. No. And I'm also stuck on the wall as well. Great. Am I even planting anything? I think I am. Oh, yeah, here we go. Right. So yeah, his heart rate shot up to like 210 at some point, which is when the anaesthetist came in and was like, "Yep, we're getting that baby out right now." Didn't you say I'm not going to do it close to the wall because myself and AI will get stuck otherwise? I did indeed, and I did not listen to my own advice, Jordan. So I think this is going to look a little bit messy. I don't think I'm going to be able to get right around the edges very well at all. Hopefully though I can get a decent amount of it done. I'm kind of hoping this is just going to follow it around. Yeah, nice. Cool. Just wondering. Oh god, that's terrifying. Yeah. Luckily she was, like, even though it was an emergency C-section, she was able to stay awake for it. So they were concerned, but they weren't so concerned that they put her under, and that's not something she didn't really want a C-section anyway, but yeah, it was the better way out of the two options to have one. So Alweb, many thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Okay, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. See, the problem is, this has got such a good... In fact, I say it's such a problem. This has got such a good turning circle that actually turning is a challenge. Which way are you going, buddy? I kind of want to go this way. Tried to lurk, didn't work out. Well, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I was getting caught out by the notifications. Yeah, I am so very bad at multitasking, apparently. Bless you. Thank you very much. In a good way. Right, I feel like this is going to be super patchy when I'm finished. But I just do not have the space to adequately turn around. Well, I do. I'm just not doing a very good job of it. Right. The most important thing is to get like a good coverage of grass. So I've at least got something I can like mow and do stuff with. Also, Laurie, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. And congrats on being an aunt. Oh, thank you very much. Very exciting. Yes, it's been a day I've been looking forward to for a while. Sadly though, my sister lives up near London, so it's going to be tricky to spend lots of time with the little one, but I will be making a trip up at some point to see her very shortly, when she's like well enough to have people over. She's not even home from the hospital yet. Literally had the baby yesterday. And I know she's keen to go home because apparently the ward that she's on is very noisy at night, which is to be expected with like a hospital ward, but yeah, it's full on, especially after you've just had surgery, to be in the hustle and bustle of a award. Playing FS25 myself, multitasking hardcore here. Nice. What map are you playing on? Doing a great job so far. Is that aimed at me, or is that aimed at the multitasking? Oh, so great minds think alike. I was just asking what map he's playing on. Oh, sorry, I assumed what map they're playing on. On the third map, just started today, as in the third map of the base game ones, Zelonka. Of the base game, yes, nice. Zelonka's a pretty good map, actually. I think out of all the base game ones, it's probably one of my more favourite ones. I feel like there's a patch over here that I've missed, so I'm just trying to cover that. I'm not, like, crazy about the other two maps, to be honest. They're not bad maps, they're just not my favourite. Right. Why did I buy such big equipment? I have literally nowhere to put it apart from, like, I could put it in the chicken pen, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'm thinking I'm gonna literally just leave the cedar poking out of my entranceway.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Of my, like, little allotment area, where the house is, for now. And then I think I'm gonna try and save up enough money. I'm not going to risk it at the moment because I know I've got machinery to pay for on a monthly basis. I mean, I could just pop it there. I don't think there's anything actually growing there apart from some bushes. I'm trying to... there's so many things I want to do. One second. Let me just gather my thoughts for a second. What am I saying? Oh, hang on, have I missed all of that? There's no way I've missed all of that, right? Surely not. I have! Okay, I'm getting the cedar back out because that's outrageous. Did not look like I'd missed that much on the map. Okay, I knew it was going to be patchy, but that is
Mission
just...
failed. We'll get them next time.
We'll get him next time. You did make the right choice indeed, I reckon. Compared to FS22, I love how much you can auto drive. Oh, how you can auto drive on a line. It makes it so much better, doesn't it? I had the GPS mod for, like, installed pretty much the whole time I had FS22, but I never used it because I just couldn't be bothered to figure out how to use it. Because it's integrated base game and it's so easy to use, I love it. Like, Jordan, it's changed Jordan's life as well, hasn't it, Jordan? Right, I think that would have covered a decent chunk of it. Yeah, nice. I am going to try and do... Where's that other patch I've missed? Somewhere up here. It's like right next to me, so I'm going to have to turn back around. I think I can sort of see where the patch is, so I'm going to quickly just plant this up. Barely played with mods when I played it, though I did only play for 60 hours. It really has. Despite the big patches she's missed, might suggest a really long time. Jordan, how many hours have you got in the game now? Where I think I can see the patches are here. I feel like I've just missed them again, but we'll see. Okay. Let's see how much better that is. Okay, I've missed the tiniest patch literally where my tractor is. So if I just... Okay. Right. Is that better? Ah, look at that. that. That's so much better. Okay, apart from like the lap around the outside, which I just could not get the cedar close enough to. I'm pretty happy with that. Without AI, I'd be in big trouble. Oh dear. Tiff, many thanks for the follow. That's much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Wanna guess my hours? Ooh, okay. Ooh, I reckon 50. Because you haven't had the game that long. But I feel like it's gonna shock me. Because you've said, ooh, wanna guess? Old Maple with 10 followers! Welcome to the... Welcome in, welcome in. I was talking about you earlier. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? How is your stream? Were you streaming Farming Sim as well? Yo, yo, what's going on? Hey, welcome. All bad things, I bet. Hang on, wait, what's all bad things? I'm confused. Had a group doing some silage. Nice, nice. I am literally just planting some grass to make silage in future. Oh, talking bad about you. No. I was actually saying how I was planning on joining your multiplayer, but I can't remember what happened. I think I might have been dying from lack of sleep, or something was happening that meant I couldn't play. And I realised after that I was very sad that I didn't join. But I am in your Discord, so I will try and join again in future. Thank you so much for the raid. It's much appreciated. Welcome in, raiders. I hope everyone is doing well and has just enjoyed a good old Maple stream. Whenever you're free, let me know. I'm desperately planning. What's the words I'm trying to... I'm not good with words tonight. I am very keen to get a proper multiplayer server going on my stream as well. But like, I would happily join yours as well at some point for sure. When are you next gonna be on the server? Maybe I can bring Jordan on too. R4, I can't say, is there a way to say your name? But if not, R4, thank you very much for the follow, so much appreciated. Welcome in. If you need help sorting the server, let me know too. I will indeed. Literally, I think the only thing I need is a PSU and the memory. Now that I've done it twice, yeah, you will be the expert. I think it's down to what? Tiff, thank you so much for the 21 follower raid. That is nuts. Oh, do you know Tiff? Multi-raid, that is insane. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Have you just been streaming with Old Maple by any chance? That is nuts. Thank you so much. Welcome. How was your stream? Were you also playing Farming Sim? What a great time to be alive. Yeah, lol, nice. That is nuts. Sure, she's a pain in my ass. Oh dear. I'm sure she's not. She has graced us with a massive raid, so thank you so much. Daddy, yes! Daddy, yes! Yeah, that is absolutely insane. You're a pain in my patella. What? Hang on, wait, what's a patella? She's a pain in mine too. Also, Grab Life, many thanks for the follow. Kneecap, nice. It all makes sense now. Yeah, how was your guys' stream? Right, I've now lost all track of thought. Oh my god, words are not my forte today. I was doing something. I've just planted some grass on my teeny tiny field. I have spent the day upgrading some machinery. I say upgrading. I've just bought this nice fast track. Isn't he as good me? 4 milliliters. Oh my lord. 4 million litres of silage sold and a bunch of corn forage. That's nuts. That must have been a ridiculous amount of money. I was targeted and chased across the whole map. He's so mean. Amazing. That's hilarious. Oh, dear. 3.6 million. Oh my. How many people did you have on this server? Bullying in the workplace. I agree with Jordan. A few $1 million bills. 5 million? That is crazy. Well, this makes my field look ridiculous because I've literally just been so proud of my little field that I've just planted with some grass. But that is all I've done. And I think 5 people, that's pretty good going for 5 people. How long were you streaming for? Also, is your Twitch name Rage Queen? Rage Queen? Well-oiled machine, nice. Oh, Rage Quit. Oh, that might make sense. Then my field is redonkulous. Oh, have you got a smaller field than this? Rage Quit, that makes sense. Or Kurt or Joker, nice. Nice. That is crazy. But yeah, this makes my field look puny. Thought so, lol. Sorry, I can't type to save my life today. Thank you, John. I would not have put that together because my brain is just... words are not my strong suit. Neither are numbers. I'm just not good at things. Life in general. But anyway, I'm gonna put myself to bed because I think I need to restart. What time are we getting up? 6:30? That sounds reasonable. Basically have half of the Elm Creek map allocated to corn. Elm Creek, Jordan, that was the map we used to play on, wasn't it? Or was it Erlengrad? No, Elm Creek, I can't remember. Was that the one with the really amazing, like, collectibles that you could find? That were just in so many insane locations across the map? That was a good map. I'm guessing FS22. I believe so. Those are the days. Yeah, that was a bloody good map, that was. Look, gotta get kiddos. Tiff, thank you again so much for the raid. And yeah, hopefully see you again. Maybe I'll see you even on the farm one day soon. But yeah, thank you again so much for the lurk. Old Maple's also going on lurk. Gotta get the missus from work. We gotta play soon for sure. That was insanely kind of you guys. Thank you so much for reading. I hope you guys have a good evening if I don't speak to you soon, but yeah.
Do it.
One day, I did not expect it to be so dark. I'm gonna have to fast forward time a little bit. Let's watch the sunrise through the window. That is beautiful. Could you imagine if this was your house? I would happily live in this little house. It's so cute. Oh yeah, John, thank you for the DC. Yeah, if you guys want to join the DC, that's where I post most of my don't you dare freeze. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I'm asking nicely. Love a cutesy vibe. Oh, Blue Wheel of Death, don't do this to me. You've been fine all stream. Oh, okay, there we go. Phew. I'm gonna save it now, if it will let me. Love a cutesy vibe for sure. Got to start little, build stuff up. Uh-oh, yeah, I know. Maybe just gonna put it on time 60. Alright guys, pray for me. Ooh, nope. Yeah, unfreezes for a second. There we go. And I think I'm just gonna save the game. Just in case. What have I done? I don't know. I just wanted to speed up time a little bit. I was trying my best. It's taken a while to save.
Stop! What are you doing?
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 Never underestimate saving the game. I know it's well worth it. Right, but yeah, look at this lovely open living area. How do I turn the lights on in this place? Because it's not very good in the dark. I feel like there are lights in this place. I just don't know how to turn them on. Huh. Is there an outside light? I am confusion. Okay, well anyway, it looks nice. I feel like there is a light somewhere, but especially with all those mods. Yeah, 1,300 mods is a little bit excessive, I won't lie. But like I said before, it's not as bad as it used to be. I've got my slight addiction, oh, don't do this again, somewhat under control. Okay, we've frozen again. Might be slightly overkill. If this map breaks now, I will be fuming. Because I had to give up with Moss Valley because of the pain in the ass that it was with the crashing. Touch wood, until today, this hasn't been doing it. So I'm gonna, now it's light enough, I'm gonna slow down time and hope that means that things work a little bit smoother. Okay, I don't know why that is grown more than the rest of the grass. Oh, is that because I planted barley or something there by accident? What is this? Can I see what that is? That's grass. That's grass. No, that's barley. This is grass. Okay, well, I might be getting the tractor to sort that out quickly. Damn it, I thought I went over all the bits I accidentally planted wrong. So you didn't recognise the 60 speed was breaking the game and then didn't... Oh, yes, I know, but I was only because I wanted to get it lighter so actually you could see what I was doing so I could start the game, you know? Well, I say start the game, start the day. There was method, logic, something with the madness. There was a plan in my head, it just wasn't maybe executed very well. Yeah, we'll go with that. Holy smokes, that's a lot of mods. I don't know if I read that already, but trust me, it's not. I used to have double that. Although, to be fair, I actually didn't go through the mod hub today before stream to check if there's any more mods I want to install. I always feel like it's a bit risky. When I've started a save, I don't like to add many more mods to it if I can avoid it, because you never know what's going to conflict and what's going to break the save. If you've got a load of mods on, like, I can't remember which mod it was before. I think it was like the horse helper mod, or one of the horse helper mods. There was two. One of them was evil and broke every single save that I had. But I could never remember which one it was. So I'd have to go through and just try and, like, it took me ages to figure out it was that mod to begin with. I had to go through 2,000 mods, 2,500 mods, fish out a few at a time and figure out which one was causing the problem. It'll be useful seeing the game when it crashes. Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Why not just sleep until 8 or something? Because that would be smart. Wow, the sass. Because every month the like time it gets light changes, obviously with like the season. So I didn't realise October was that dark already. That's my excuse anyway. Right, anyway, on to happier things, because now the game is working again. Let's try and pick up a contract or two. Oh, there is some harvesting still to be done. Not the kind of harvesting I want to be doing. Makes sense. Hard to keep count on the months. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like trying to balance. I don't like missing the early. Oh, I've got hiccups. Hang on. I think we're good. It's like, what was I saying? There was words in my head and now they've gone. Yes, it's hard to keep track of the months and also remember what time like it becomes light and stuff like that. That's the other reason I'm here. Helpful, but I also bring the spice. Yes, a bit of zest. Right. Okay, I don't think there's going to be any harvesting I want to do. There's a lot of root crops on this map, which makes sense, I think. Don't fancy doing another mowing contract so soon after the last one. That's not a bad contract. I could take that. 12k is not too shabby. Oh dear. 47k sounds really tempting, but that is the field that I just mowed at the beginning of stream. 50k is tempting, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough bags. If I take 5 and a bit bags. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this contract because it's quite a quick contract, so I can hopefully get it done before the end of stream. I don't think it'll take too long, hopefully. Mod that adds money to contracts. As in, are you asking if I've got a mod that adds money to the contracts? Because I do have a couple contract mods. Most of the time, I don't think I've got one installed that does automatically add money, but I think I've got one that has a setting that means you can get a better percentage for the contract. I will actually check that, because I don't want to be making it too easy for myself. I mean, 50k a contract is pretty mad, but if you see the size of that field, you'll probably see why. It's a huge field, and like in this light right now, we won't be able to see one end of the field from the other. Like even if you're dead center in the middle, you can't see either end of the field. It's that big. Oh damn, I thought this tractor only went up to 24 miles an hour. We're flying at 40. You haven't seen anything over 15k yet. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna check that when I get to the store. How big do you say you're playing on Zielonka? I don't know if the fields on that map are... When I show you this field, I think you'll I think you'll see the magnitude of that field. But I will check. I'm just going to quickly switch these bits around. Because I'm going to probably keep the front weight on here anyway. Did I mean to do that? No, I meant to drop that one off first. And I'm going to pop that somewhere over here so the fast truck can pick it up. Oh, no, don't keep reversing into it. That's not part of the plan. Keep in mind I've only played this game today. I will have a look because I do think the field... Oh, hello. Aye. My coordination is completely gone. I do think the size of the fields on this are, like, I want to say a lot bigger. I know there's some big-ish fields on Zielonka, but I genuinely don't think they're as big as this. Let me just quickly double check my settings because I don't want to be making it too easy. I am also playing on the normal difficulty, I think. I can check that actually. Normal economic difficulty, so that makes it a little bit easier. Different ones are different contracts. Some are worth more, so you see higher paying ones pop up. Problem with FS now breaks a contract into 2-3 level contracts. Yeah, that is probably one of the worst things. Okay, so I can adjust the reward, but I'm only getting 100%. So effectively, like what I think these are like the default settings of the normal contracts, but you have the option to edit them. I don't know if I go on the contracts thing, if I can change anything there. No. No, so basically the better contracts mod like just gives you a few extra things to sort of bear in mind when you're doing the contract. I can't remember if by default you can see the size of the field. I feel like you can. But it adds the estimated time, the profit per minute, which is always something worth like checking out. So like the profit per minute on the smaller fields is actually really good for some of the contracts. And like for fertilizing contracts, it tells you roughly how much like the fertilizer you're going to need to pay for. So if you've got like a really small amount of money, you can figure out if you're going to have enough fertilizer to actually do the job. Playing on the difficult option because I like pain and suffering. Yeah, that would probably make it a bit more tricky. Yeah, for sure. Right, let's get some... What am I looking for again? Fertilizer. I've forgotten to check. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to put the fertilizer spreader back on this tractor anyway, purely because I don't have a front loader for the other tractor yet, and I don't want to buy one right now. So I do have quite a lot of finance payments coming out each month. I know that they're not super expensive, but I do need to be able to carry over extra fertilizer. If not, I'm going to have to do several trips back and forth. Speaking of huge fields, I still have nightmares about field 71 in FS22. Oh, which one was that one? Did we do like a silage contract on there? Oh wait, hang on, was that the one? Oh, hello. Ay, what is going on today? Is that the one that had the, like, potatoes or something? Can't remember. Oh, the huge grass field. Was that the one that was, like, right behind where we were living? But yeah, I think... Jordan, how big do you think the field that I'll show you it because I'm going to go to it in a second. I want to see if you think that it was bigger than the £1,000,000 field that I'm about to be going to. I love doing grass. It's so comforting for some reason. It is a really satisfying job. That took like 2 days IRL. Really? That's nuts. I do not remember that. But obviously it's left a big imprint on you, so it must have been bad. Alright, I've got the weight on the back, which I don't really want actually, so I'm going to put those down for a second. Let's pop the weight down there. I love the way she's like walked inside of the fertilizer spreader because she couldn't just go a little bit further around. I shall compare from memory. Yeah, by 2 days, I feel like that was 2 evenings, wasn't it? Rather than like 2 full 24, well, not 24 hours, but like 2 full like 8-hour days or something. It was there was some big fields on that. I just don't remember them being that size. Did I attach this? Did I attach the front weight? Yeah, I did. Nice. Okay, I will say 25. Whilst it's still not perfect with like picking up bags and stuff, it is so much better than it used to be. You don't load it up. You must relive the pain. I'm tempted to, you know. I do think I need to see the magnitude of this field. The field is huge and the equipment gives you a tiny mow, tedder, windrow bale, and move. OMG, I could have cried. That was over 2 evenings. Nuts. I'm gonna have like a look at the map. Oh, hello. Oh, no. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. I think I'm gonna find myself for that one because that was a ridiculous crash. Alright, you move out the way so I can get the fertilizer out of the way so that the other dude can get through. Yeah, you zoom off. Before we do anything else though, that was a bad crash. So I'm going to pay for the damage that I caused. Let's go minus, I think it was going to be minus 100 for like a crash that didn't cause me to flip. If I flip, it's going to be 500. Alright, let's get one of them back on, and then we're going to have to try and adjust to get the other one back on without losing this one. Okay, that went slightly smoother than I was expecting, to be honest, so... yeah, you get out of here. I was here first. I'll be honest, it paid really good money though, and obviously 22 kept the leftover bale, so it fed the animals nicely. Yeah, that was true. I mean, that's what really annoys me the most about the fact that they split up the silage contract, is because you can't get the spare bales. Getting the spare bales was so good. Like, you either sold them for a buttload of money, or you had them for your cows. It was perfect either way. That's really nice though. I don't know those kinds of things yet. Did you play 22? '22 was a good game. Still is a good game. But yeah, Jordan, I can't remember if you were around for the last stream. If you saw the size of this field. I feel like if you had to do all the baling, considering the mowing alone took me, I want to say an hour and a half to 2 hours. So if it had to be baled, like windrowed, baled and wrapped, I think it might have been comparable, you know. Also, I'm not sure how legal this is. I'm not convinced it would be legal to drive down the road with 2 bags of fertilizer swinging around like this, especially as you can't really see where you're going. You played FS22 for roughly 60 hours. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at my playtime on 22 as well in a second. No, I must not have been because I don't remember it. Okay, it's a big old field. You shall see momentarily. And then I'm going to tell you how long I spent on FS22 and how long so far I've spent on 25. To be fair, I haven't spent as much time on 25 as I thought I would have by this point. But I think that's because I couldn't really stream for a bit because I had exams when it first came out. So, in fact, I had exams pretty much back to back when it first came out, which was a bit of an issue. Cut way into my gaming time. Outrageous behaviour. You've got 245 hours and 22 so far. Nice. You know what, guys? I have just realised the time. So I'm going to have to probably end stream before I even start this contract. I normally finish before 10 o'clock. It's already 10 past 10. But it's been a fantastic stream so far. Also, I think I have broken the record for the number of follows in a single stream for me ever. So thank you everyone who has followed on both TikTok and Twitch, and for the raids as well. That's been absolutely insane. I bet this is probably also going to be like the highest average watch hours as well. Average watch hours? What's the word I'm looking for? Average views per average viewers, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Right, Jordan, are you ready for this? Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Jordan. Also, AutoMod was like, do you really want to allow her to say viewers? Are you sure about that? That's me and Stardew. I was a master at starting over, so I didn't get that far. Yeah, I do that all the time. All the time. But in my defense, last time I had to start over, it was because I broke the game. So, or the game broke on me. Wasn't my fault. Couldn't have been the ridiculous number of mods I had. Right, on 22, I actually thought I had more than this. I have I have 656 hours on FS22. I honestly thought I had about 900. And so far on 25, I have 107.5. I combine harvester, getting them potatoes, tomatoes, and some green beans and sweet corn. Yes, I would have loved to have done like harvested some tomatoes or potatoes and such, but actually, to be fair, have I done any I have done one harvesting mission on this game so far in this save, but that's all the harvesting I've done. I think I've only done one lot, which is a bit disappointing really. Yeah, I tried Stardew Valley, started over 3 times, played 7 hours. See, I got quite addicted. But I had a save on my PC and on my Switch, so I've got 2. And I haven't played, I massively overplayed the game because I was so addicted that I just haven't been able to go back to it for a while. On my PC I have 28 hours, but I know I had a lot more than that on my Switch. I see you're also a Brit, but you from a posh place. Oh my god, I can't speak. Gonna call you posh spicy potatoes. That's amazing. Thank you. I'm not from a posh place. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm posh. I think I just speak like averagely, maybe. When the words actually come out my mouth, that's just a win, to be honest. Damn, you two are pros at 22 and Stardew. Too many hours. Too many hours. Right, Jordan. Bramhall? Lol, I'm not from not from London, no. I used to live near London when I was younger, but well, I used to live in Surrey. I now live in Devon. I'm a Devon lass. Right, Jordan, are you ready for this? I don't think you can really appreciate the size of this field, but I'm just gonna drive on the further zoom. Nottingham, Cambridge, no, sorry. I don't think that's Nottingham. Where's Nottingham? That's up north somewhere. My geography is shocking. And Cambridge, no, I've never even been to Cambridge actually. I don't know where that is, but hey, it's South England. Yeah, Jordan, look at the size of this field. You cannot see the sides of it because of how big it is. I genuinely think it is on par, if not bigger, than the other field. And it's going to take a little while to fertilise. I'm hoping I don't have to make another trip back to the shop. But look at the size of it. It's worth over $1 million. I can just about now see the other side. There we go. Nuts. South of England where the farmers live. Their farmers live everywhere, Jordan. Everywhere. But yeah, this is an insanely big field. It is bigger than 71. I'd be crying. Honestly, I think I would be too. I don't even know why I decided it was a good idea to take the mowing contract down here, because that did take hours, but I'm glad I did because that was a good old 50k contract. When I start next time, I'll be starting on this side and working my way over. Oh, don't tip over. That was close. Yeah, I'll be starting this side, doing the usual looping round, but yeah, this is pretty big. You from down south? Well, how do down there? Whoa, that's nuts. This is an insanely big field. I cannot believe how big it is. You are a me lover. You are indeed. Right, guys, it has been a fantastic stream. Thank you everyone who has followed, been here, chatted. It's been quite a nice chatty stream today. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you everyone who has been here. Again, Old Maple and Tiff, thank you so much for the raids. That was insanely kind. And I'll try to repay the favour in future. I'm gonna have a very quick scan on my Twitch to see if I can find someone to raid as well quickly, to share the love a little bit. If anyone knows anyone else who's streaming Farming Sim right now, please give me a shout. Oh no, that's my clips. Don't want to be looking at those. It has been a good giggle. We'll see you all next Thursday. I hope so too. If I can't stream next Thursday, I will 100% be trying to stream another day next week, because did I put the DC chat in? Yeah, I don't like missing a week. It's always rubbish. I tell you what, chat, when it comes down to the pre-order, Chloe wasn't messed about. She went all out on that pre-order. She didn't just pre-order the ultimate edition. She also got the steering wheel too. Honestly, I've had this wheel for years, and I have slated it a lot because it's a cheapish wheel, but it was only 10 quid. So for 10 quid, I really cannot complain. I got the side panel, and I desperately need to label all the buttons because I just cannot remember what any of them mean. So I just don't use them. Don't use the side panel, but I do need to start using it because it is good. But the £10 difference between getting the wheel and the pedals versus just getting the side panel, which I was going to get anyway, this has been insanely good, and this lasted me good for years, so can't complain too much. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was like 130, 140 quid, but because I was going to buy the side panel anyway, it was worth it. Is that an Xbox at the side of you? What, this? This is actually a box that I painted for my new nephew. It's just a little wooden box which I'm gonna put his like his name on and his like birthday and his birth weight and length and stuff, and it's gonna be a little memory box. But I do have an Xbox. It's just downstairs. I actually have another one. We have two in this house. There's another one somewhere. Can't remember where though. And I also got very much distracted from the task at hand, which was to see if I can find anyone else who is streaming that I am currently following. Okay, no, I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone that I can raid. So I'm gonna end it there. Jordan wants to raid a Schedule 1 stream. I mean, if you can find one, we definitely can. For it was the Series X, my bad. I have the Series... Oh, I forget all the models of the Xbox now. I used to love Xbox, but since I got my PC, I haven't really used it, so I can't remember all the models. K anyway, is that the name of the... Is that the username? We can read them. Nice chatting with you too, Liver. Many thanks for joining the stream today. And yeah, if you do want to pop back, then definitely please do. I did drop the Discord link, but I've also got Instagram and TikTok, but I don't post on there as much, but I do stream on TikTok now. So if you want to follow any of those, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, I will post updates. Right guys, let's set up this raid because I'm gonna forget in a second. Okay, anyway. Oh, it's been a long time since I've done right raid at. Is that how I do it? No. It says invalid username. Did I do that right? No. Oh wait, I did it. Yeah guys, so we're gonna raid, and I hopefully will see you guys in the not too distant future. Yeah, I did the and I realized that was wrong. Yeah, I'm not the best at this. I'll give you a friendly follow and I'll join the Discord, but warn you, I post a lot of funny gifs, so I hope everyone got a sense of humour. That's fine. I mean, to be honest, my Discord is generally a bit more quiet, so it would be nice to have a little bit of activity going on, and I like gifs, so you're more than welcome to do so. Well done, see ya. Thank you, Alab. Hope you enjoy playing 25, and we'll see you guys on the raid, and hope you guys have a good week, and see you guys next week. Thank you very much for the follow, Liver Twitch. See you all on the other side.
Unfortunately, my channel alerts are not working right now, and I don't know why, and I cannot get it to work, which is why it's probably super quiet. But no, thank you so much for that, little legend. Hi Jordan, how's it going, buddy? Welcome on in. How was your stream? What was you playing?